Don't attach your bank account, your resources, your revenue, the items you have around you. Don't attach your worth, your value to that. Those are all what it is. Material, disposable things, but you are not disposable. This week I was inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them may be compared to a wise man who built his house on the rock. Amen. All right, next we got NappyFu. Sorry. Oh, come on. That NappyFu, you better tell me the name of your store. It's my company. And I'm so grateful to God for what he has started. I appreciate y'all in advance. Thank you in advance for supporting your girl and her new lifestyle apparel website, e-commerce, online store, shop. Okay, all of that. That Nap Life. What I really wanted to encapsulate with this brand is the importance of being bold, being authentic, and just like be you. Because believe it or not, despite how our brain in society, unfortunately, might try to make you believe you are enough. Wherever you are in life right now, you are enough. And as God allows you to see the next day and the next day and the next day, you will continue to grow. And as you're growing, just understand that each level, you are enough. I've battled with really believing in myself, like believing I can get things done, I can do certain things by my own hands. Not necessarily my own hands, like it wasn't just me. Like I might have been the one to create my website, but I verbally, through advice, through prayers, I received a lot of help from people. Because if there's one thing I know, nothing helps you more than somebody praying for you, believe it or not. That's pretty powerful. Somebody that genuinely prays for you, man, amazing. So with all of that, it got me to, excuse me, Kofi, I'm giving a testimony right now, Kofi. Y'all see him? Look at him hiding. Hold on. That's not my testimony. What's wrong, Kofi? Potty? Okay, he wants to go to the restroom. Let me be transparent with y'all. I still struggle with really believing in myself, like believing things I can do, like knowing that the ideas are there, the resources there, the required intelligence is there, the ability is there, the capability is there, everything is there, Grace. Why are you still holding yourself back? I still find it challenging to fully see myself as someone who can, like, I can make something of myself type of vibe. I don't know, it's weird. Even like when people tell me, you're a good speaker or you're very encouraging. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been told by a lot of people I should be. Even as I'm telling y'all that, I'm just like, girl, can you talk in front of an audience? I've been told stuff like that. I'll be a liar if I sit here and I say I fully see it myself. So even as I'm talking, I'm actually uncomfortable even saying these words. I've been told that I have a way of speaking that commands the room. I've been told I have a way of speaking about topics that's very touching, relatable, and very motivational. So I've been told I could be a motivational speaker. I've been told that the way that I talk about my relationship with God and the way I talk about my faith is broken down in a way that is so understandable. And I'm always very much in shock when somebody tells me that. I'm like, really? Because I don't see that in myself. It's crazy. This website alone, I've been told I'm very creative. I've been told I should start this, I should open this, I should do this. I have to believe that through me, God is gonna do it. And then it's like, I believe in God though. I have full faith and trust in him. And I ask God, please show me who I am to him. Like, how does he see me? Let me see myself like that. And it's still a work in progress. I still battle with self-doubt, self-criticism, all that stuff that can hold me back from moving forward with things and plans that I know is long overdue to get done. But the season that I'm in right now, the space that I'm in right now, those voices still are in my head. They still come in like this. Even doing this very video, I was like, don't nobody wanna, no. Don't, just talk about hair, leave it alone. Doing vlogs, period. It was a don't. Girl, just stick to hair. That's what you know. That's how they know you. Just, girl. But God is so good. My vlogs have been encouraging people. I see the DMs. So I'm like, God, thank you. Because you know me. If I can encourage at least one person, that's already a lot. So I'm like, thank you, God. And help me to stop speaking again. Like, even in my mind, you know how they talk about in the gospel, right? In Matthew, Mark, John, and Luke. Jesus Christ made it really, really clear that even if you don't verbally say whatever it is you want to do, even if you don't actually do adultery, the fact that you thought about it, oh, you already sinning, right? He basically said that. Now, me having doubtful and negative thoughts about myself, I don't think it's a sin, but it doesn't really reflect who God has made me. God has made us all to do great and wonderful things through Jesus Christ, who has given us the power, the ability to do them. So why do I keep a hold of myself? Maybe it also could be the fact that I keep on thinking of doing all this stuff on my own accord. Does that make sense? Like, you know how the good word talks about lean not on your own understanding? I think to myself, maybe I am leaning on my own understanding, and that's why I can't see it like that, right? I can't see me doing all that. I can't see me creating a whole apparel website and this whole mug. I can't see that because I'm leaning on my own understanding. But further on in the verse, it says, commit your ways to God, meaning submit everything you want to do unto your Father, and He will direct your paths. And I ain't gonna listen, if that Bible verse ain't true, then my name ain't Grace, and it is, okay? It's so true. This whole entire process, and the more that is to come, I've already submitted into God's hand, and He has been directing me all the way through. When the negative voices try to come in, He straight silence that voice. I'll be like, I'm not hearing you. Keep on going. I'm gonna keep on going. Nope, I'm gonna get it done. Because I know this is right. If it wasn't something that's right, then it wouldn't be something I have the passion to do. It's like someone that wants to go to medical school, but you get denied by 10 different schools. You get denied and denied and denied and denied and denied. But you still want to go to medical school though. Like God hasn't taken that desire away from you. It just makes sense that we just do it anyway, y'all. Because at the end of the day, there's a difference between something you think you want to do and at that moment you want to do it. But then you end up not doing it, and now you don't even think about doing it no more. That might not be something that you're really supposed to be doing anyway. But something you're actually called to do, despite the pushbacks, despite the closed doors, despite the no's, despite all the ingredients for a recipe of discouragement for you, you still keep going. What? Whatever it is you're still going on, you're supposed to get it done, and you will. You will, okay? You definitely will. I don't have to personally know you. I believe you will get it done. I'm telling you. Yeah, I just took one grape. I did, I know. Keep going, keep pushing through. And once you get past that first hurdle, I'm just speaking from experience right now, because having my first level of e-commerce done, I'm already like, I'm ready for the next. Wow, I really can do this, God. You're really directing my paths, God. I will say this though, the consistent battles that we face with our thoughts, because you know, it's your brain, it's the way you think that holds you back the most. My brain can really go to a dark place. I'm pretty sure y'all can relate. It has gone to a dark. You talk to somebody who even almost took her life. Okay, you talk to somebody who never believed she was loved. You talking to someone who always just saw a lot of hate in the world. I wasn't always an optimistic person. I didn't always see the glass half full like the way I do now. But God transformed your girl, and He's still transforming me. Because one thing I've come to realize, there are situations where the things you used to do, you do them no more, and you don't have any thoughts about it no more. You don't think about that thing no more. You be like, I actually don't remember even doing it. But I think there are some other things that you don't do any longer, but the temptation's still there. You might think about it sometimes, but your desire to stay on the straight and narrow, or your desire to not give into that, is so much stronger that you don't give into it. You don't go backwards on whatever it is you are moving forward from. And with all that being said, none of it for me, I have to be real with you. If I'm doing it based on my own understanding, if I'm doing it on my own accord, I will consistently fail. I will just get worse. I will stay stagnant, or I will get worse. But because I've asked my Father in heaven to help your girl out, guess what? He's helping your girl. Those moments, which is quite often, it happens, where I do feel weak, it's God's strength that makes me strong. And I'm able to bust through whatever wall is trying to be placed up against me. I'm telling y'all, there's no way I can be who I am and where I am if not for God's grace and His mercy. One thing that God will do, He will answer you. So when you ask Him, believe you got it already, and watch how it starts to manifest in real life. Don't attach your bank account, your resources, your revenue, the items you have around you. Don't attach your worth, your value to that. Those are all what it is. Material, disposable things. But you are not disposable. Okay, you are enough as a person, period. Okay, I've shared with y'all my struggles being someone who was very much bullied. Elementary, middle school to high school, I was bullied. I didn't have anyone in my life speaking into my life the things I needed to hear. You know, I didn't have that. And I don't fault anyone. I don't fault my family. I don't fault nobody. Because exactly how it happened, I know this might sound harsh for anyone else who has gone through being bullying, but I'm still gonna say, because I truly believe it, all that has happened to me, it was supposed to happen for me to be where I'm at right now, talking about it right now, and I'm hoping I'm touching somebody's heart. I don't attach myself to that anymore. I don't attach myself to those people whose life was in so much hurt and pain that they decided to take it out on me. I don't attach myself to them. I don't attach myself to the words that they spoke, because clearly it didn't stick. I am somebody. I am loved. I am beautiful. I have become someone, and I'm becoming more of that someone every single day. I am going somewhere. I'm not a failure. I have the ability to do quite a few things, even more than what I'm even saying right now, okay? I am smart. I'm intelligent. I'm loving. I'm kind. People actually like me for who I am. I'm genuine. And I'm saying all this stuff right now because growing up, being bullied, those are things that were spoken against me when I was younger, right? If I was to make the mistake of attaching myself to that type of trauma, there will be no NappyFu. There will be no channel. Trust me. Because I will absolutely would have convinced myself that nobody cares to hear me even say hello. That's why I think it's so important. If you are a believer, double down on your faith. It's going to get you to those places that you have yet to go to, but you have the desire to get there. If you're not a believer, I'm praying for you that God will capture your heart. And he will help you to turn from those ways that is keeping you blinded to how much God really does love you. And he wants you in his life. He wants you to allow him to be in your life because he's always there, okay? And if you're a believer, if you're not a believer, and you are still living a life that you're ashamed to talk about out loud, and so therefore you think that God might not be rocking with you like that, girl, listen, sir. God does not look at people the way we look at people. Thank you, Lord, that you don't. But God doesn't look at us like the way we look at us. If you see somebody who's a cheater, you're gonna always look at them as a cheater. God don't do that. God's like, you repented for this sin, you asked for forgiveness, you're made new. So whatever it is you're doing or you're still struggling with, and you feel like you can't go to him and be like, oh God, I need your help. Just go to him anyway. Don't listen to that voice that makes you feel like you cannot talk to him. Even as you're thinking it, he already knows, but he still wants you to come to him and talk to him. Don't make the mistake of knowing who God is through someone else's eyes. You can hear people talk about God like I'm talking about God right now. Talking about how cool he is, how forgiving, how loving, how accessible he is. But that's because I've been assessing him. I've been seeking him. And every day I get to know who he is for myself. You feel me? I've heard about God from other people, right? My mom, my daddy, pastor, church, TV, YouTube, everything, TikTok. But I did not get to understand who he is until I went to go study him. You have people who are very vocal about God. If you have 100 people who are very vocal about God, maybe just 50% of them are truly representing him the way that he actually is. So that's why it's important for you to just go ahead and know who he is yourself. Because the way he has been for me, he's been the God that has delivered me from abuse. He's been the God that has delivered me from trauma. He's been the God that has delivered me from molestation. He is the God who's delivered me from bullying. He is the God who's delivered me from self-doubting. So, well, he's still delivering. Well, he's delivering me from that, actually. Let me stop. Sometimes you kind of put yourself back in a space that God already took you out of. I am out of self-doubt. Even though I might still have those days, what's happening, though? I'm pushing past it. I'm not wallowing in the self-doubt. So that means that God is what? He has delivered me from it, right? For someone else, he can be the God who's delivered them from gambling. He can be the God who's delivered them from cheating, right? So God is God. And in everybody's life, God is something different to them, okay? So that's why it's important. Don't only know who God is through someone else's eyes, because you don't have their vision. Just get the basis of it, but you have to now take all of which they're saying and read the word of God. You got to read the Bible. Period. There's no way to know God outside of his word. I kind of feel like if I want to know who I am, I got to know the person who created me. My mom and dad was used to bring me into this world, but they are now who created me. Does that make sense? I'm telling y'all, think about it. Like, your parents brought you here. They were the vessels that was used to bring you here. But like it says in the Bible, God created us in our mother's womb before they even knew, before we even knew. He knew what was up. All of this to say, if it had not been for the Lord who is by my side, I wouldn't have before you this website, That Nap Life. Now, it might mean something so much deeper to me than it does to you, and that's fine. But I love when I know the story behind somebody's brand. Me creating That Nap Life is in the message behind it of being bold, being authentic, being you. It's just celebrating our individualism, celebrating our authenticity. I always tongue twister on that word. Celebrating who we were made to be and the beauty of being bold about it. Not trying to hide in the darkness because you think you're not going to be accepted. Knowing that nobody has to accept you. God has already accepted you. You need to accept yourself. And that's all that's needed, because that's enough. You are enough. Celebrating that you are enough. You feel me? So when I have shirts like That Nap Life, this is what I do. This is what you do. You live your nap life. Shirts like Team Kinks, letting you know who I rep. Team Kinks all day, baby. Because why? I'm proud of my natural hair. I'm not trying to hide behind a relaxer or what they call the Gina curl. Y'all heard about that? Girl, I just let my kinks kink. That's why I represent Team Kinks, baby. You feel me? I'm just making it really, really simple for anyone who does not know. I am me all day. Flaws and all. It's all me. So all of that, this talk has gone way farther than I wanted to go. But when God moves, you gotta move with him. You feel me? I don't know what to tell y'all. I really like this coat. When I saw this design, I said yes. Yes and yes and yes, 4C wash and go. I'm just saying. Or just the afro, not even wash and go, afro baby. I love it. I really do. I done forgot Kofi outside. Let's get him, y'all. Come on, Kofi. Good boy. But he be good outside, y'all. He be just liking it outside. He be acting like he don't want to come inside. But anyway, yeah, y'all. So if you don't take anything else from what I talked about, please understand you are enough. There is nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with the way you look. Nothing wrong with the way you talk. Nothing wrong with you at all. If there's anything you want to change about yourself, let it be because you just genuinely want to change it. Not because some ignorant person told you to change, or you think how you naturally are is not accepted by society. Girl, forget the society. Society don't be knowing. Society doesn't know who you're supposed to be. Remember that. They don't. So please don't determine who you are supposed to be. They don't know, okay? You can't depend on this world to tell you who you're supposed to be, because you're gonna forever just be following this map that leads you to nowhere. You have to find who you're supposed to be by talking to the one who created you. Only that person knows. Only God knows. I'm telling y'all, man. All right, so my newer vlogs, I'm always trying to end like on one good message, even though I kind of already talked a lot today. But one thing I want you to remember going into this week, or whenever you watch this, is that people might not be able to accept you as you are. People might not be able to love you the way you want to be loved, but it doesn't change the fact that you are accepted, you are enough, and you are loved, okay? Just because someone else doesn't know how to love you right doesn't mean you're not worthy of love. You definitely are. And that person who's trying to make you think differently, just understand and know that's their own hurt and pain they're trying to take out on you. Don't receive it. Don't believe it, okay? You're loved, you're special, you are enough, you are needed. God is not done with you at all. You woke up today in your right mind for a reason, okay? I'm just saying, y'all. And on that note, I keep going too, I ain't gonna lie. This kind of stuff touches my heart because these are things I really do wish I was told growing up. I wish I was told more of. I would have avoided a lot of mistakes I've made. My gosh. But I'll talk more about that going forward in life. All right now, NappyFu gonna check out. Yes, she is. NappyFu checking out. Remember, y'all, in order to have healthy mind, body, soul, spirit, everything, you got to do healthy things. NappyFu checking out. Deuces.